The Spinstress and the Fleece, a sheep and wool festival fairy tale.
Black sheep, have you any wool? What am I doing?
Once upon a time, in the magical land of YouTube.
I just went the wrong way on my warp. Dear, oh dear.
There lived a whimsical lady named Evie the Spinstress. Her nimble fingers could spin the finest yarns, and her creativity knew no bounds. In her cozy corner of YouTube, Evie spent her days surrounded by colorful skeins and fluffy fibers. Evie's world was a tapestry of comfort, woven with the threads of her imagination. However, fate had bigger plans for our whimsical spinstress. Lo and behold, a magical scroll appeared before Evie, bearing an invitation to the fabled Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival. Beckoned her to join the noble Fibershed Heartland booth, and after serving her afternoon term as a wise teacher, to go forth questing for riches far beyond shining gems or precious gold. This quest beckoned our spinstress to seek the fabled fleeces of future projects.
So, since it was a new set of quests, then maybe Dungeons and Dragons.
I need someone to do a campaign about finding a fleece. But we have
a golden fleece?
A golden fleece. We already have a quest to find a fleece, so I'm
like
not as original as I wish I think I was.
Fear not, dear Evie, for beyond the horizon lies a world of wonder, where fleece flows like rivers and spindles dance in the air. Go forth and seek your destiny.
Jefferson.
And so, with courage in her heart and dreams in her eyes, Evie set forth on her quest to the mystical northern land of Jefferson, Wisconsin.
It's like the car was made for recording with that tripod.
But the path of a hero is never smooth, and Evie faced fearsome foes.
I just got in the car and this little guy, whoops.
A mischievous spider, itself a master weaver, attempted to hitch a ride to the festival.
I sat down in the car.
Yeah.
And there was a spider on my pants. And I moved the wrinkle to get a good look at it, and then it fell onto the seat, and then it started crawling up the seat straight at my crotch, which is not a place I want there to be spiders. So I jumped out of the car and started shaking myself off, and then I saw it was on the foot part of the door, and then I was trying to get it onto the Sheep and Wool Festival. No, it fell down. You're probably squashing it with your knees right now.
Oh.
But I wanted to be sure it fell down, so maybe you didn't squash it with your knees. Can I see your knees? Is there spider guts?
No.
I'm just gonna catch my breath and then we can go. I'm a little shaky.
You know, spiders are weavers. Maybe the spider wants to go to the festival.
Because the spider's a weaver.
Or a freeloader, I mean, either way. They probably want to get in without paying.
Yeah. That's why they were trying to hide in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It has the band, the wristband.
She bravely fended off the eight-legged stowaway, proving her mettle.
No thank you, spiders. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Everyone who goes on the hero's journey has to have some event that spurs them onto the quest, like how they can't, stay comfy in their habit hole. They have to take the ring to Mordor.
Right, or in the case of Batman, he, becomes an orphan, and then he gets a deep voice.
Sure. I don't identify with Batman.
I am Batman.
Okay, so we had our first
Dungeons and Dragons experience. That was a dungeon spider.
It was a dungeon spider. It was huge. It was
Easily.
this big.
It was the size of my fist.
It was the size of your fist.
My open hand.
Yeah, it was huge. I know you didn't see it, but I'm being accurate right now with my description.
Yeah, exactly.
I promise.
Yeah.
This is why I wore my boots.
Because it's gravel?
Gravel.
As the festival gates swung open, Evie found herself at the heart of the Fibershed Heartland booth, surrounded by curious onlookers and eager learners. With a bundle of golden flax in her hands, she began to weave her magic. Gather round, she called, her eyes twinkling with excitement, spinning flax into linen. Evie's fingers danced over the spindle, deftly separating the fibers as she explained the importance of local, sustainable textiles. This flax, she said, grew right here in our heartland, connecting us to the very soil beneath our feet. As she guided novices through their first tentative spins, Evie felt a warmth spread through her heart. Here, in this moment of sharing and teaching, she realized that her adventure was not just about acquiring treasures, but about friends we made along the way. Evie's eyes sparkled with anticipation. She could almost hear the siren call of hand-dyed yarns, artisanal spinning tools, and unique fleeces waiting to be discovered.
This is so soft.
Now, Evie thought to herself, after completing her volunteer shift at Fibershed Heartland, the bigger adventure begins.
This is really pretty. And it smells good.
The sweet scent of lanolin
It smells like sheep.
guided her way.
And that makes me so happy.
She set off towards the colorful stalls and bustling alleys of the vendors' area, promising new wonders and fibery temptations at every turn.
One idea was to have a naturally colored fleece and put something really bright to blend into it. This would be bright.
As she disappeared into the crowd, Evie couldn't help but feel that this was just the beginning of an epic quest through a woolen wonderland. What magical finds and fiber friends awaited her in the labyrinth of the vendors' market? Only time would tell, and Evie was ready for whatever fate had in store for her.
Look at that. It's like French fries. That's gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
In a secluded corner, Evie discovered sparkling,
It's so sparkly.
shimmering roving that surely must have been spun from unicorn hair. Could it be? She gasped, marveling at its otherworldly beauty.
This would shed glitter all over me, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I'm on my way now to go to the meetup area. I have 2 spindles, and some beautiful fiber for spinning. So I'm looking forward to trying it out and meeting up with some fun fiber friends.
So my side quest is to go find coffee. And I'm gonna go find coffee because it's fuel for the creative process is what I was told. Come with me. We did it. Now to find Evie.
At the festival, Evie encountered the enchanting Daedalous E-spinner, its humming song nearly leading her astray. Beware, for the siren's call has caused many fiber artists to enter the queue and forego their quest for the fabled fleeces of future projects.
Show off.
Showing off? But it's fun. I like it. So it's not even just showing off. It's fun.
It's showing off.
This is, I mean, I love a good treadle, but sometimes you just want to not treadle.
Sometimes your feet hurt. You've been at a show all day and your feet hurt.
So you wanted one of these for tonight, right? These are awesome.
With great willpower,
Okay, I don't know how
Turn
to
it off
stop
like
it
this.
though.
she resisted its allure, choosing instead the path of keeping her coin for the purchase of other wares.
When I was a kid and we'd be at potluck and I'd have like my plate full of food and I wouldn't finish because I'd get full and my mom would say your eyes were bigger than your stomach, but this isn't to eat. I can take it off.
No calories. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My mom would say that to me too, but my eyes being bigger than my stomach. Yeah, that's like a whole saying, isn't it?
A rainbow of wool locks, plucked from an enchanted buffet, promised to someday become a delicious and delectable lock spun yarn.
Yeah, that copper, that's really cute.
What do you do with it all?
Everything.
At last, she exclaimed, the perfect vessel for my newfound treasures. Like a beacon in the night, a pumpkin-shaped basket woven by the legendary artisan Susan called to Evie.
Trick or treat, give me fleece.
Behold, walls dripping with mesmerizing gradient. In these hues lie the secrets of color harmony. Seeking knowledge, Evie met with a sage mill owner.
Tell me all about this because it's really cool and I've never seen it before.
Sure. So the fiber itself is sourced in Wisconsin, in Door County. I partnered with a shepherd to get this.
What breed is it?
This
A
is
single
Columbia.
Columbia.
Columbia. And I buy all their shooting, bring it home, and I have a mill outside of Crivets, Wisconsin. And I process it there, clean it, I dye it, and then I run it through my equipment. And the technique that I use, I end up with this multicolored roving with on this particular one, pink on the inside, a mauve on top of that, and then the dark color.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you have an example of the yarn.
Right. So this is what this particular yarn looks like
Very pretty.
when it's all spun.
I can't wait to have some of that for myself.
Yeah. And this is processed at Sheer Wool Fiber Mill in Crivets, Wisconsin.
Awesome. Do you have like an email or Instagram if someone was interested in trying
Yes.
this themselves?
Yeah, and I have a website at sheerwool.com.
Okay.
And I have Facebook and Instagram, sheerwool.com.
You're everywhere. Easy
I'm
to find.
trying.
Well, that's great because then people can try this.
Right. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Alrighty.
Art bats and blending kits, inspired by the mystical realm of fungi, caught Evie's eye.
What did you find?
These are gorgeous. And I'm going to card some and spin it. This is textured. I can confidently say this is art yarn because this is art. There's intention in here and it's beautiful. Look at this. That is stunning. That is so stunning. Oh my goodness.
So, what's the...
There's a upholstery salvage.
As she gazed upon their otherworldly hues and fantastical textures, she found herself under a spell cast by the forest itself. Exhaustion, that sneaky villain, nearly vanquished our heroine.
But what are we recording?
With her loyal companion Mark by her side, Evie sought refuge in a grassy field beside her trusty steed. Here, she gathered strength for the trials ahead.
I'm exhausted.
I'm invigorated.
No, you're not.
My brain made up a joke while we were
You're
talking.
literally barefoot in the grass because your feet hurt. We've not achieved the ultimate pinnacle of the quest because I don't have a fleece yet.
Oh, I thought it would be like Dark Souls, where the ultimate pinnacle was finding a fresh apple in a chest in a dungeon.
Well, this is the dark night of the soul.
Like Batman?
No, it's the point where we consider giving up. We consider going home.
But you can't.
We
It's-
consider that maybe we won't be successful. Maybe
Batman doesn't give up. You said Dark Night of the Soul.
this is the end of the adventure. And maybe it's not a quest at all. Maybe it's a tragedy.
I'm Batman. The only thing tragic is my feet hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only tragedy here.
We are waiting to go to the open fleece silent auction.
It's an auction run by mimes, and that's why it's silent.
The silent auction siren call.
I've never done a silent auction before.
Because you're not a mime.
That's right. I'm not a mime. I'm a spinner.
That's what came to mind when it was like silent auction.
I love your mind.
Evie steeled herself for the greatest challenge yet, the mystical silent auction.
I've never done a silent auction before. I think I get a number and I walk around and I put it on stuff with bids, maybe?
Oh, we're going to bid on stuff. I don't know what it is.
What if I bid and I win it all? That's too much.
If you put enough zeros on it, you'll win. Oh, can we just put zeros after numbers?
There's got to be a minimum. Like, these are the these are the open show winning fleeces. These are going to be amazing.
Her heart raced with anticipation of the treasures that awaited.
And there's the guy who talks fast.
No, because it's silent.
Oh, he's a mime.
Are you ready?
Yes, but I don't want to. Still have half an hour.
I have to get a number, though. What if I get a bad number?
What's a bad number?
Like a number I don't like because it doesn't feel like the right number.
Can we get 13?
I like 13.
Evil.
There are some numbers that I don't like, and there's some numbers that I like more than other numbers. But I can't name them because I don't want the other ones to feel bad.
Anthropomorphized numbers.
I anthropomorphize everything, you know this. My spinning wheels, my fleeces, my projects. my children. We're not leaving. It might look like we're leaving, but we're not leaving. We're not giving up. We are rallying. That's what we're doing.
We've quit.
We're rallying on our trusty steed, our car.
Embrace the failure.
We're just moving it closer to the gate so we won't have to walk as far when we leave. I feel like we're very smart.
Failure is our friend.
With quill in hand and determination in her eyes, Evie entered the fray. Would her bids be enough to claim the prized fleeces? Evie emerged triumphant, her arms laden with magical spoils. 2 fleeces of legend, including one touched by the hands of award givers, a reserve champion baby doll Southdown. Another from a merchant of renown, sheared from a mythical beast, the elusive Romney Border Leicester cross, and tales to spin for generations. As night fell upon the fairgrounds and the last of the merrymakers departed, Evie witnessed a scene of pure magic. In the open barn, the sheep remained, their soft bleats a lullaby to the stars. It was a moment of peace, a reminder of the simple beauty at the heart of her craft.
I'm Batman.
And with this final vision etched in her heart, Evie turned her gaze homeward. Yet a whisper in her heart spoke of unfinished business.
We'll go home eventually, I promise.
Not if we had your way.
In a twist of fate, Evie returned to the festival grounds. For there, awaiting her, was the fabled Gotland fleece, the crown jewel of her woolly adventure. In a secluded castle, on a sight to behold, the kingdom's grand fleece-to-shawl tournament, teams of skilled artisans huddled around their spinning wheels, their fingers flying as they raced to transform raw fleece into exquisite shawls. But to win, it must be completed within a single day. Hear ye, proclaimed the royal herald. The team that crafts the finest shawl shall receive riches beyond compare from Her Majesty's treasury. Evie watched in awe as the competitors spun, wove, and embellished their creations with otherworldly speed and precision. The air thrummed with anticipation, for these were no ordinary shawls, but garments imbued with the very essence of the kingdom of Wisconsin's woolly bounty. As Evie wandered through the festival grounds, she heard whispers of an elusive and ancient breed, the Soay sheep. Intrigued, she followed the trail of rumors to a hidden glen. There, grazing peacefully, were the fabled Soay, small, agile creatures with wool the color of autumn moorgrass. Behold, whispered a wizened shepherd, the living relics of our craft. These sheep have roamed the isles since time immemorial, their fleece as wild and untamed as the winds that shape their home. Evie learned that the Soay, named after their island home off the coast of Scotland, were among the most primitive breeds of domestic sheep. Their naturally shed fleece and hardiness made them a true marvel of nature's own craft. Here, in cozy pens lined with the softest straw, ewes nuzzled their newborn lambs under the warm glow of fairy lights. The air was filled with gentle bleats and the sweet scent of lanolin. Evie watched as a mother sheep tenderly cleaned her twin lambs, their tiny hooves still wobbly.
You have things to say.
In these quiet moments of bonding, the future of our flocks is nurtured. Each lamb that finds its feet here will one day provide the fleece that we so cherish. Evie felt her heart swell with joy and reverence for the cycle of life that sustained her beloved craft. In this enchanted nursery, she witnessed the very beginning of the journey from lamb to fleece to yarn, a journey she was honored to be part of. And so, dear fiber friends, our tale comes to a close. But remember, the magic doesn't end here. For in the enchanted realm of YouTube, where pixels dance and stories come alive, Evie's adventures await you. Through this mystical mirror of screens and streams, you too can join her on quests filled with wool, wonder, and whimsy. So grab your favorite cozy blanket, handmade of course, settle in, and let the enchantment begin. For in the land of YouTube, every click is a new chapter, and every viewer is a cherished fiber friend.
I'm Batman.